Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Toids and me here on Lost Temple. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the congratulations I've gotten. My daughter Aria was born yesterday. I believe oh my gosh, I can't even think straight. I haven't been able to sleep that much. On May 27th at 4:19, yeah, or sorry, 4:18 yesterday. So yeah, thank you guys all. She's healthy. Both mom and daughter are doing fine. Anyways, back to the game. I am spawning as the blue Terran player. Meanwhile, Toids is spawning as the red Zerg. So this is going to be Zerg versus Terran here on Lost Temple. Now, I apologize for any mistakes I may be making during this game, as one, I'm awfully tired, and two, this is like my first or second game after coming back from not playing for quite some time. So it's like first game in like 3 days. Anyways, Toids now coming over, flying on over, and now scouting me out. I'm gonna realize that I am not over in this position. No drone to come out and scout though, so a little bit surprised by this. Anyways, back over here, I am now gonna go ahead and send out my SCV in order to scout, try to figure out where exactly my opponent is. Also placing a barracks by the front door, just in case he tries to go for any baneling bust. I'll be able to put down the necessary building. So now comes this SCV. SCV will be able to come in, and the first thing I'm going to notice is there is no gas down, and the spawning pool is just plain placed down. So that's going to be a 14 spawning pool, and I do not have to worry about any sort of hatchery placement just quite yet. And now just going to go ahead and scout out with this SCV, just try to figure out what exactly the strategy is. However, Toid's doing a good job of circumventing that drone around my base, or around his base, so that the SCV doesn't see it. And now he's going to be laying down a hatchery, so he's going for a 14. He went for a 14 spawning pool and then a 15 hatchery. Now out comes a drone as well, so drone going to move out in order to do some scouting. Back over here, taking a look at the income. I'm sitting on 15 harvesters. He's sitting on 14, but however, his mineral income is slightly higher since I am mining gas. Come down, I quickly see that there is a hatchery down here, but because I was not sure if he was going to be going for any Zerglings, I'm trying to chase down this one drone, but that drone able to move more quickly than my one particular unit is. So now SCV coming over, realizing that he is going for a fast hatchery, not going for any baneling front doors. So I'm going to be trying to change up my strategy even further, just trying to produce more Marines just in case he decides to do a change in tech to a lot of Zerglings all of a sudden. I want to be able to make sure I can fend off that attack. Overlord now just of Toids just doing a lot of sight around the whole entire map. Now we have a couple Zerglings now coming on through, and now a drone coming on out as well, perhaps a little bit of a scouting drone, making sure that there's nothing out there. And Zerglings running around, making sure that I didn't place down a bunker anywhere. If I place down a bunker, I think I can even place a bunker down here, and then I can use the mineral patches and the Reapers with that extended range from that bunker would be able to shoot it down. SCV taking a beating from that single Zergling. SCV not even fighting back. Now out comes this single Zergling. Zergling did a smart job here. The Zergling ran along this top edge. Because I have Marines here, normally if you don't micro your units, the unit will come down here and then hug this corner. These Marines would have been able to shoot down this Zergling before it was even able to get up. So in comes this single Zergling. That Zergling, or that one Zergling, with Zergling now being able to run around my base, as that Zergling has faster movement speed. I am training a Hellion and also getting a starport, so trying to get one of every single building. I believe Day 9 said that this was typical Asian play, so just trying to see how Asian play really works for me. Asian play turns off, you start off very defensive a little bit, and then you can all of a sudden become very, very offensive as well. Marines and Hellion now moving on out. Gonna go ahead and head down to this low ground over here. The Hellions now being able to move on down to that low ground. I want to be able to pressure with these Marines and Hellions if I need to. I'm also placing down a command center that I'm going to be lifting off, trying to remember all of these tactics, trying to remember that I need to keep my macro up. So right around my starport, or sometime after your starport is completed, or during your starport construction, if you're trying to go for this Terran build or this fast Asian build, you want to get your command center up against a Zerg particularly, as he does have his natural hatchery already up. Queens now being placed down, so there are 3 queens. Most likely he thought that I was going to be trying to go for some sort of, excuse me one moment. Alright, so just going to go ahead and continue this game. Sorry, I had to step away for just a moment. So Marines now moving back, realizing that they cannot really push through that front door. Reset my timer here. And Marine's now going to be heading back. There is a single overlord, or there is an overlord here, sorry, I'm going to try to watch my singles. There is an overlord here scouting, and this is one of those things where as a Terran player, you really have to be aware of the situation. You really have to know what are above your cliffs. I did not know that there was there's an overlord here for quite some time, and I don't think I ever really take care of it. I am getting additional barracks and also going to be upgrading my command center that I just built to an orbital command, so I can start building up more energy. If you look at the harvester count, my Toids is definitely outmining me, sitting on 42 harvesters compared to my 25, and I've stopped my SCV production. So really my macro is definitely hurting just a little bit, and I accidentally hit N or B, so that went ahead and rewound the game for a little bit. So waiting for that Viking to come back out, and now I'm going to use this Viking for just very, very early pressure. I want to use this Viking to figure out what I can really do, and I passed by this overlord, not even realizing that there was an overlord there. That was really just my mistake. I came out with this Viking. Now I'm going to go ahead and start moving and attacking, and I want to start taking down these overlords that are offering sight onto this high ground. Toids is a very good Zerg player, and always keeping track of his whole entire unit count. And now I'm going to come in and drop a medevac and a Thor. So now in comes a medevac. So I have a medevac, a Thor, and a Viking. The Viking is there to really push back any overlords and trying to gain sight onto my main base. Now in comes this Thor. Thor is now pressuring the space. I want to deny him gas as well. So trying to take down this one particular building over here. I'm gonna try to come back. There is, however, a single spine crawler there, so that spine crawler will be able to fight back fairly easily, but now it's still trying to put pressure towards that extractor. If I can deny him gas, that will make it more difficult for him to really be able to push on out. His harvester count he is still mining faster than I am. I'm finally getting down my extra orbital command, trying to transfer some SCVs over, trying to training up more SCVs as well, and just in production wise, just trying to produce more and more units. He is getting a spire, so that spire will be able to look up onto that high ground, and now in comes this Thor. So that Thor is now shooting down these drones, so those drones getting taken down fairly easily. However, now that the Hydralisks I now have that Thor, I'm going to be forced to pull my Thors away and then start shooting at these overlords, trying to shoot at these units. I was able to even out the harvester count just a little bit, but still just trying to make sure that he does not have sight onto my Thors, and I want to be able to start taking down some more and more of these drones. So drones getting taken down, that Thor on that high ground having such a wide range, and now just shooting against additional Hydralisks. Looking at the losses, you can already see Toids losing many more units than me, and now he also has the movement upgrade speeds on those overlords, so producing a large amount of overlords in order to be able to macro up more units. Also has a fair number of mutalisks as well, so 6 mutalisks now going to be coming in, and those 6 mutalisks will be able to finish off that last Thor. I want to get another round of missiles off, but unable to shoot that down. So his 6 mutalisks, one of them fairly low on health. That splash damage doesn't really splash that much. Zergling's back over here, and if you look at the army sizes, Toids sitting at a 1425 against my 1000. Now that I saw that there were some of those mutalisks in the air, I want to make sure that I have plenty of protection against those units. So going to be dropping down a couple, 4 missile turrets at my expansion, 3 missile turrets at my main base, and just to make sure that if they try to come in, they will be taking some damage. I also put a reactor on my starport in order to double produce Vikings and double produce other things as well. Those mutalisks are going to be coming in. Toids does see a single or one missile turret here, doesn't know about any other missile turrets, so perhaps going to try to macro up and try to be able to push on through. 1 missile turret down here. Know that Mutalisk now just trying to push around and now taking down these destructible rocks. So Toid's doing a good job of just trying to get some additional, just trying to get some more expansions, and also placing an expansion over here like a strong Zerg player should. He is trying to grab another another expansion. However, I did scan this location, assuming that he may have been trying to expand over there. So I do know he has this expansion, and I will be trying to deal with it in a little bit. Now Zerglings and Thors now moving out, trying to get into the proper position, trying to take out some of those overlords. Mutalisks being forced to run back home, trying to regroup as well. So gonna get regrouped. We have a fairly large number of units. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between me and Toids here on Lost Temple.